everyone, welcome back to Gearhead Geeks, where this time we are going to be putting some final touches on our little JT1 Yamaha Mini Enduro. And in this video we are going to show you how to put on a seat cover. This is a fairly simple operation. It's kind of short and sweet, so we'll just go do that. But sometimes people just need to see how it's done. So looking over here, we will go on ahead and pull off our seat. Now, I had tried to repair this seat and it just wasn't going to happen. I patched it up. I mean, it's solid, but it's just too solid and it's nasty. I had cleaned up the inside of the seat, done a fairly good job of that. The front bracket was broken off and I created a new front bracket for it. So really all that we need to do is get this thing, the old cover off, and then we'll put the new cover on. What I'm going to do first though, before I do anything, the sun is still shining, I'm going to go put this out in the sun just to warm it up. It helps a lot if you just go out and do that. So I'll go do that. It's gone off and turned into fall, so I had to move it way off to the side. Usually I can just go outside the shop. We went on ahead and I've got it sitting out in the sun, and as soon as it warms up a little bit, we'll go on ahead, tear down the seat so you can see it, and then we'll throw the new cover on it. This is going to be a short video. Okay, so the first thing we want to do is we want to get the cover off of this thing. And it's on the JT1, on this little JT1, there's little tiny hooks. And see if I can't zoom in enough. Right there, you got little hooks, and they just need to be bent out of the way. And that's all that you do. You just go on ahead and get them bent. And the good part is in this particular seat cover, these hooks are real simple because you don't have to stab through it, you don't have to staple it. It just bends over an edge and it hangs on to a little bead. And I'll show you a little bead on the cover. Okay, so all you do is just kind of pull that away. Pull this away. Okay, back up the camera so I get a little bit wider view. All right, and then you just kind of fold this over. Now there's a little edge protector you got to make sure that you don't destroy, and it's definitely a needed item. So we're going to go on ahead and just take this cover off. Now I've already had this cover off to try and repair it, and it wasn't a success. It was a successful repair. It just didn't look very good. So I had the owner of the bike go on ahead, and so here you can see my repairs. They're strong and sturdy, but they're just ugly. Well, as you can see here, I don't know how well the camera picks up, our foam is a little rough. This needs a little bit of help. It's a little crunchy in here, this needs to be kind of glued back in, little crunchiness here. We need to give it a little help. So I am no foam expert by any means. I've got three different options here. This is off of a seat that has some pretty dense foam on it, and it seems to be real close to what this is. This is also some seat foam. It's not as dense, but it isn't terrible. I use this on my little Yamaha. Then I've just got some foam that we can cover, that's made to cover things up. Its density is not huge, but maybe for a patch it might just be okay. I think we're going to end up trying to cover this with a little bit of something to stiffen it up a little bit and make it so that everything fits a little better. But so first things first, what we need to do here is just kind of get all this stuff kind of put back into where it belongs. And we'll use a little bit of glue on that. And then once that's done, then we're going to try and cut some of this chunkiness out of here and glue something in there, and then we'll shape it down. So I guess the first thing is to get it so we can glue this a little bit and say this part is a little rough. But the foam is actually soft and nice, it just kind of came apart. And then we'll just make a little patch for that. Yeah, that'll be okay. We got just some plain old spray adhesive. Let's see what this does. If it's not clogged up, which it might be. I guess I should spray it on something first and find out. Yep, it's good. Now this is not super strong, but it's good enough to do what we want to do. And it has kind of a nice spray pattern to it. We'll just take this and we can see where it fits, and it's stuck. Okay, same thing here. Not gonna get crazy. Just this thing sits down like that. That's it. Not bad. Let me get a little in here. And we'll get that to sit down. This stuff gets on your fingers though. Man. Okay. So that's that. And that'll sit down better. But we still need to get something in there to get it better. I don't know here. What if I were just to cut out a little bit of this and stick it in there, and then we'll smooth it off and see how it looks. Who knows? So we'll just take a pair of scissors. And how big does that thing have to be? Well, let's go this way with it. Yeah. Like I said, I am no expert at this by any means. I don't even know what's going to happen when we try to grind this off. So what I might do is, see, I was thinking maybe something like this, and then fit it in there. And then once it's in there, there's a little bit of chunkiness that needs to go away, so I think we need to get rid of some of this stuff. I'm going to go with a garbage can and get rid of some of this junk. Okay, so I got rid of all the hard foam. Now it's nice and soft in that area, and didn't make too big of a mess. I need to, I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to grind out something square or something like that, so that when I fit in, I think I'll use this, and then when I fit in whatever, I glue it in, it'll have a nice solid surface to work on. I don't know what I'm doing. Let me just cut some of this and see what scissors do. Okay, it gets me to about, let's get to the bottom of where the bad stuff is. We'll just make a nice square out of it. And again, I don't know. Maybe a razor blade might help. Or we'll take a brand new razor blade and just hack away at this, I guess. Okay. So we have kind of made a square hole in here, and now we're going to do is cut out a square of one of these things. I think this guy here is going to be the prime candidate, and we'll fit it in there and then glue it in and then shape it off. We'll see how that goes. Actually, this curve might work pretty good, and it seems to be about the right length. Yeah, I think I can. I'll just chop this guy off and use it. And the good part is I have a bandsaw, and that works really well for this so far. Okay, so I'm going to chop this guy off. Let me do a little shaping in here. I just need to mark it. I have an idea where I need to go. So we're going to take this, we're going to go straight up with it, and then we'll go here to our other side, and that's square on the bottom. And then we got square in there, so okay, let me see if it what this does. I'm just going to take it over the bandsaw and just kind of zip it around, hopefully. Oh yeah, not terrible. So what I'm thinking here is I'll just go on ahead and glue this guy in right here, and then we can go on ahead and after it's glued, I'll grind this off with a grinder. Just grind it off. So far so good. Cool. All right, so here we go. All in real time. Well, I'll tell you though, this glue is some sticky stuff. Make sure we get it on the end so it sticks together. Okay, so here we go. Let's we'll move over a little bit. So you can see, and yeah, we're going to make a mess. But so what I'm using here is a flapper disc, and I might have to get a better one. This one's a little bit worn out. As a matter of fact, let's just put a brand new one on there. And these are the little unscrewed types. And this guy's labeled 120, so we'll see how that goes. And you just screw it onto the deal, and away we go. It's gonna get a little noisy and messy, but we'll see. Oh yeah. Gently, gently, gently. And our patch came out pretty good. You can see it, but it isn't perfect, but it's not bad. We have a nice patched up piece. So I'm going to go on ahead and get a little patch made for this one and this one, and then we'll figure out what we're going to do. I'd like to get a thin piece of foam over the top of this. I don't know if I've got something or not. We'll try. Alright, so as you can see, our patch job is not bad at all. We're still going to have to cover this with some foam because it's still kind of lumpy, but that's okay. For the most part, it's patched up. I think we'll make a little patch for the top though. Now that I look at it, it's pretty bad. Probably the best thing to do here is just go on ahead and cut a square out of this. We don't want to go more than what we need to, but we do need a square. Not so horrible anyway. Now, is this the right foam to put in there? Nah, I don't think so. We need a little bit sturdier than that. What do we have? What do we have? We've got this stuff. Okay, we dug out a little hole here, a little square hole. This is actually going to work really well. I just need to cut a slab. See if I can find a marker. It's fallen into a black hole. I've done something with it, but I have no clue. Ah, there it is. Okay. And then, yeah, we're just going to take this guy right here and we're going to mark it here. And then we need to mark this guy right about in there. And I'll go cut this and then set it in there. Let's see how we do. Let's see what we got here. I think the best thing to do is just stuff that in there, glue it in like that, and then I'll grind it off. Yep. That's the plan. So let's get some, make sure I got this dug out enough to make sure it's gonna sit in there good. Okay. Little glue. A lot of glue. I'm sorry. That's okay. I'd rather have a lot than too much than too little. And we'll just soak that, let that stuff soak into each other. Okay, so let's grind off our little patch. Are we? Yeah, we got good camera angles here. I'm in your way. See if I can do this. Okay, here we go. All right. Okay. We're going to make sure this protective bead is in place. And we just need to make sure it goes all the way around and it overlaps the edge, because if you don't put it on, if you don't have that bead on there, it will eat through that cover in no time. And we don't want that to happen. We want this guy to be another 50 years of being in good shape. So I'm going to go outside and get the cover. And it's been sitting outside warming up, nice and warm. And again, this isn't a huge operation here. We just got to kind of, the foam is old, so we just got to kind of be very, very careful how we do this. So we'll let any kind of weirdness go there. And then what we're just going to do is get rid of some of this stuff that's stuck to the bench. Should have cleaned up a little bit first, but that's okay. There we go. So we will take our cover, just lay it down, And then do your best to kind of push it into place. It's not so easy sometimes, but it can be done. And what we're doing here is I've got to push this thing into where it's going to fit. Now, so what I'm doing is I'm just kind of pulling around, and I'm trying not to disturb anything. And I pull the seat cover around, and then what you're going to end up doing is seeing if you've got it centered. So if we look at this thing, we can see that the Yamaha is off to the side. So what we want to do is we want to start pulling it away to the other side. You just got to kind of work it around until the Yamaha on this is centered, which it is doing pretty good at. But now we need to start getting the seat pulled into its proper position. In the front, we just kind of work it in. We got that worked in, just pull on it and kind of stretch it around. Okay, and this goes the same way. Be a bit of stretching here on both sides. We're going to pull it around until the foam, until the cover itself is nice and tight. And in this case, what you have to do is you got to kind of fold the seat a little bit to hold them up. Okay, so I'm taking them and I'm just kind of folding them into those little clamp areas. We'll see how that goes. And we'll get this side pulled. I'm doing a fold and pushing it in, kind of hanging on to it. And let's take a look and see how we're doing. And we're nice and tight, we're even. Our seat cover is starting to go fairly well. And then you just take the next one, fold it in, and give it a bit of squeeze. Take it, fold it in, and give it a bit of a squeeze. And so after a bit of massaging and putting the cover on, here's our seat. It is just gorgeous. It came out good. It's not wrinkled. And even I am gonna put it out in the sun for a little bit just to get things a little more even, but it is looking really good. Everything is nice and even back here. It just needs to be the little folding in the bottom, and that's just because it's got this little bead in there, and you got to get that bead to flatten out. And as soon as it warms up, that'll flatten out. But our little Yamaha is looking perfect. Everything is looking just the way it should. This will smooth out a little bit once it warms up, and that sits up against the tank anyway. But the rest of it is just perfect. There's no lumps or anything in there, so our little patch job worked good. It's great. It's looking wonderful. So, we are finished with our little seat. It is in wonderful shape. It looks brand new again. And we've repaired the foam inside. We've done everything that we needed to do to make this thing look right. And it will last, well, if somebody takes care of it, it'll last another 50 years. It is just perfect. Inside and out, our seat is turned out extremely well. Our emblem is centered. It looks like it's supposed to look. It is just fine. There's no wrinkles in it whatsoever. Everything is as smooth and as nice as it could be. I couldn't be happier. So we'll put this little guy, it's done. So thanks for watching, and we will see you next time on Gearhead Geeks, where we will be fixing up whatever we come across. Hopefully we've got another project coming that's going to be really cool. As soon as they deliver it, this will be a good project. So anyway, don't forget to subscribe, don't forget to comment, don't forget to like, and again, we'll see you next time on Gearhead Geeks.